Hey guys, Dave and Alex here from the Hyperspace Vault. We did a little toy hunt over 4th of July weekend. I hope everybody out there had a good holiday weekend. If you live here in America, we celebrate 4th of July, so we did a little toy hunt. So here's at our favorite place, the South Louisville Toy Mall. And we're going to show you a few things we saw up there. This booth right here is a nice, what I'm going to call a scalper booth, because they have everything in there that's recent. So, yeah, look at all those G.I. Joe classified figures. Yeah. That's why you can't find them in the stores.
Everything that
and they're charging like $50 for them.
Yeah. And there's a tactical battle platform.
Yeah, that's really cool. I actually have that from my childhood, but some of the pieces are missing and some of them are broken. But that looks like it's in mint condition, like it's never been played with. Here's some classic Buck Rogers figures. And that is so cool. I think they're Miko figures, and I don't particularly ever remember seeing these before, so that was really cool to see. It looked like all the characters were there. Buck Rogers, the Aaron Gray character. Can't remember her name in the show though.
Check this out. It's a Cobra Night Raven.
That's so cool. I always wanted that when I was a kid. And it's huge too. Here's a vintage E.T. little walking little figure. I remember having one of those.
And then here we have some vintage Star Wars figures. We have Bib Fortuna right there, the Royal Guard, Dengar, and Hammerhead. Is that Luke Skywalker Hoth, or is that just a Hoth Trooper?
I think it's the Hoth Trooper.
We have a giant, one of those giant vintage IG-11 or IG-88s.
There's a Clone Commander Obi-Wan for $100. And a Captain Rex also for $100. Unbelievable.
Scalpers. Scalpers.
Here is a, wait, this looks like it's upside down. I don't know how that happened, but it's G.I. Joe headquarters.
For $100. Now that is something that's worth $100, especially if it's in mint condition like that. It had the sticker still on it. Now we have a bunch of Lego figures. And some other stuff in the background.
A bunch of Star Wars figures in there. I mean, a bunch of minifigs, Star Wars minifigs, and some Star Wars 3.75 inch figures. A whole bunch of them.
Yeah, like Power of the Force and other things above. You have those little Disney Store statues. And then above, you have some more stuff.
Clone Wars Yoda there.
So just
some vintage Hot Wheels and oh, here we go. Vintage Ewok on card.
Lou Gray, is that what he's called? We got a General Lando Calrissian, the new one.
Yeah, and I think they had that marked for $35. I'm like, what? That's like the repack wave.
Yeah. We got some vintage figures and also some other figures. It looks like that tin or like box thing is vintage and miscellaneous, just Star Wars stuff right there.
Yeah, it's all Kanan mixed in there.
Yeah.
And then the Bib Fortuna back there with his staff.
A vintage collection Baby Yoda. Grogu. Right there.
Morning Guard vintage collection.
We got some vintage in there. Look at that Yoda. Some more vintage, including a blue disco boots Snaggletooth in a Star Trek case.
And that one is what, $350? He's not in very good condition, but yeah. Boss Bounty recently got one. If you haven't checked out his video, he recently got one. I think it was in last week's Ask Boss Bounty episode. He got one sent to him, so that was really cool.
There we go. We got some more vintage figures, including a Stormtrooper. And down here we have some more. And there's a vintage collection Mandalorian and a retro collection Mandalorian. All for a very high price. got some cards there, some vintage cards with the bubble off.
Here's some more G.I. Joe stuff, more modern G.I. Joe stuff, and a Power of the Force Luke's land speeder.
It's pretty cool. They should make a vintage collection land speeder. Because we haven't really seen one in today besides the Black Series one for 6-inch. And coming down here we have some more Black Series figures, including a 6-inch Boba Fett over there. And then we have a Hoth Luke, we got Admiral Akbar, and here we have, look at that. It's Echo.
Echo from the 50th anniversary Lucasfilms. I believe that was like $55. I mean, we never saw that in the store, in Target stores. Those were Target exclusives.
Yeah.
And in our area, I bet I went to at least 7 or 8 Target stores. Never saw a single one.
Ooh, a Power of the Force Millennium Falcon right there.
Box is in excellent shape, and I think they want $100 for that. So, I'm not sure how detailed the Power of the Force Millennium Falcon is, but
Now yet again,
it's not the giant one, not the giant Legacy Collection.
yet again, another thing actually worth $100 instead of a clone Obi-Wan for $100. Here we have some more vintage figures.
Yeah, nice assortment of vintage figures this time we went up there. I think this is the most vintage figures I've ever seen.
There we have a Snaggletooth, not the blue and tall and disco boots one, but
I think where all the prices have went up on everything, I think everybody's getting all their old stuff out, trying to sell it and make some money off of it.
vintage unpunched Chewie.
On an Empire Strikes Back card.
We have some vintage G.I. Joes.
Looks like Snow Job, Flint, Dreadnoks there, it looks like. And Gung Ho in his Marine uniform. I always thought that was a cool figure. I never had that one. Now this was a surprise. The battle packs from the Legacy Collection, Hoth Recon Patrol. This was really cool. Included, what was it, TC-14? No, K-2-3PO or something like
something
that.
like that. The
And
one,
the
this
Probe Droid, Han, and Chewie. And they wanted $40 for that. I didn't think that was too bad for that Legacy Collection set.
Especially because they don't really make sets like that anymore for the vintage collection. We just kind of get those vehicles and everything, and then we get the other stuff.
And here's a set of I think they're 12-inch figures. And, they have soft goods and stuff. These look really good, I thought.
It's like the Hot Toys before Hot Toys was popular. And here we have some more G.I. Joe Classified, including that Destro right there, the Prophet Director.
Yeah. Which I believe was what, was it a Pulse exclusive or an Amazon exclusive? I can't remember.
We got some more Classified. Scarlet, Snake Eyes, probably my favorite there.
Zartan and Flint.
We have some Black Series up here. Some of the newer ones. Got that Scout Trooper right there. Bly.
Bly, you hardly ever see Bly.
Yeah, Sith Ray. Some Mando figures.
I actually went up there looking for Cody and couldn't find Commander Cody anywhere.
And there's some Rebels figures there as well. And then we got a bunch of Power of the Force down there. And there's even a vintage collection up here. And some Black Series.
There's the Credit Collection Mandalorian. That was an Amazon exclusive.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool seeing that there.
And then another one behind it. 40th anniversary Empire figures. And some archive. But no Cody.
There's X-Wing Luke.
That's Tarn Way.
From the Clone Wars and most recently the Bad Batch.
Yes. Not gonna spoil anything, even though, yeah. That figure might be going up in price because, you know, she was in Bad Batch. We have Yoda.
What happened to Yoda?
That like
That was really
puppet
bad looking figure.
puppet Yoda from episode 1. Then we have some more Black Series, some older Black Series at least.
Yeah, a lot of sequel trilogy figures in there. And this booth has a huge selection of wrestling figures. We're not into the wrestling figures, but if you're ever in the area, that would be your go-to place to look for wrestling figures. And here's the Marvel Legends section in this booth. Also another nice selection.
Some Spider-Mans in there. Just, you know, everything the Marvel Legends is, pretty much. Check out this place. We got a bunch of Black Series and, yeah, another, scalper. Another, yeah, one of those booths.
All these modern figures, there's an older set there. That's really cool, the Yavin Pilot Pack. But all these Black Series figures are currently supposed to be on store shelves, and they have them in this booth for like double the retail price. So
more down here. Asajj Ventress as well. Never seen her in retail.
it looks like a really cool figure.
Yeah. Soft goods on the bottom. Then we have some Black Series there. And some vintage collection. And those 50th anniversary, I think they were Con exclusives.
Episode 1. Well, no, those were Best Buy exclusives.
And there's the only Cody right there that we've seen all day.
Yeah, and he was too high. Hopefully we can find him for a retail price, or at least close to retail price.
Check this out.
30th anniversary pack of... It's like Darth Vader and Scout Trooper and Leia and Indoor Rebel Commando.
Where's Vader's cape?
It might be tucked in behind the figure. That was a pretty cool set.
Yeah.
I think that was with the... I don't know if that came with the DVDs or... And here's the Epic Force statues. We have a few of these in our collection. And I really wanted that Stormtrooper one, but it was like almost $20. And I was like, most of mine that I have, I paid like $5 for them. So that was way too much.
Yeah, and these are actually like really detailed for when they were released. There's me over there looking at stuff.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our toy hunt there. The only things we picked up were, we picked up a couple of vintage Matchbox figures. Matchbox cars. Here, these are from the 80s and never been opened, in excellent shape. So, nice couple of finds. And then Alex got a Hot Wheels, and it's a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, I believe.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
So the only Star Wars item we picked up was this Clone Wars figure from Attack of the Clones, Taun We from the Camino, which we said earlier was most recently featured in the Bad Batch. So we're going to open this figure now. And let's take a closer look. So there's that Attack of the Clones packaging. I always liked this line because there was full of like other figures from, the original trilogy, and some nice figures in this line.
Yeah, and like you see here, there's always some type of like accessory that was really cool. Like the Royal Guard, his staff thing actually like shoots out the electric, and Qui-Gon Jinn comes with a lightsaber that looks like he's deflecting like a blaster bolt.
All right, so let's get this figure. Let's crack it open and take a closer look. It says it includes clone chamber. Okay, so we got her out of the packaging, and pretty nicely detailed figure. Unfortunately, it doesn't have hardly any articulation. There's only articulation in the arms at the shoulder joint, and the legs aren't articulable at all. So this figure is pretty much impossible to stand up unless you have a peg to put it in the peg holes. But other than that, it's nicely detailed and nicely painted. Actually, yeah, it looks really nice.
And she does come with one accessory. And that is this. It's like a clone tube. Is that what it is? That what they
chamber.
called it? Clone chamber. Wait a second. Is that Omega? That tiny little speck?
You may be onto something. Alright, so pretty cool figure. Unfortunately, I wish that we had some Bad Batch figures in the 3.75 inch scale to go with this. It would be really cool, but Hasbro has decided not to make any, at least not yet, any figures from the Bad Batch in Vintage Collection, the 3.75 inch scale. So I hope you enjoyed our video. That wraps up our toy hunt video. Please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and leave us a comment down below. Tell us what your favorite thing is you saw in our video. Lots of cool stuff. Alex, take us out.
May the force be with you.
Oh.